So I'm sitting here with Mr. Jay Hughes, who is running for District 12 Congressman here. And what exactly does District 12 cover?
Well, District 12, since a redistricting about 3 years ago, encompasses mostly the city limits of Oxford, generally. And then going west, it takes in along Highway 6, Cumberland subdivision, Wellsgate subdivision, and the West Spring Hill community.
Okay. Now, Mr. Hughes, let's talk a little bit about your previous experience. Okay. I saw on your website it says you were a veteran. Can you tell me about that, your service a little bit?
I am. When I graduated from high school, I was working in the oil field and driving a truck. And I'm not sure if my dad motivated me or I motivated myself, but in any event, I joined the Army and went on active duty. And between my active duty and reserves, a total of 6 years, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It really changed me. It gave me it gave me focus. It gave me determination. It gave me a respect for the law. It gave me a respect for authority. All things that I genuinely was needing about the time that I joined.
Now, speaking about the law, we're sitting here in your law office.
Yes, sir.
So, how long have you been an attorney?
I was first licensed in Mississippi in '91, so
Okay.
about 25 years ago, 24, and then Louisiana and Texas as well.
Now, you also served as alderman here in Oxford, correct?
I have. I've had the opportunity to really participate in various areas of our local government, from being an alderman for Ward 1 for the last few years. I don't claim to have done anything on my own, but if you like the music, I've been a part of the band.
Okay. And how has all these experiences prepped you to be a congressman in the state?
Well, I think that it's not just these experiences, but it is the totality that every single piece has been a nugget to help guide me on what I feel my job is first, it's being a public servant, and that is returning to this community that's been so rewarding to me, to just go down there and serve. And so as different issues come up, I have the benefit of having run businesses and operated budgets, looked at the city budget, and understanding allocation there with some very complex issues for us that I'm sure will be even more so on the state level. On a personal level, and being involved in the school system here and volunteering and having an amazing wife that has given a lot of her time to the schools, it lets you realize what's truly important in our community is the one nexus is education and public education.
I was just about to get to that. Your slogan is, "It's all starts with education," like you're getting to there. What do you really mean by it all starts with education?
Well, if you look at all of the things that make us being fed up with 50th, genuinely, we're unfortunately at the wrong end of almost all polls except for giving. And it's a shame that we don't give more and recognize that the single number one issue is education that can lift Mississippi out of the bottom. And we do that by changing the way we're doing it. Right now it's the definition of insanity. We continue to do the same thing and expect different results.
Right.
When I say it all starts with education, it's because of our biggest problems of unemployment, of poverty, of incarceration as far as a percentage of our population. The one thing that could make a difference is education. Right now, I think it's an undisputed fact that if 90%, if you are not on reading level by third grade, there's a 90% chance that you will, you will not graduate from high school. If you don't graduate from high school in Mississippi, it's rather clear, and that's just about anywhere, that by age 30, you're either going to be on a government subsistence program, on welfare, obese, or incarcerated. That means, directly or indirectly, we have to continue to support that person the rest of their life.
Right.
That's an expensive proposition when you compare it to educating the child. It's say $7,000 a year. So if we would look beyond the next election cycle and look 8 and 10 years down the road and focus on this early education and getting them on reading level by third grade, the reverse is we'd have an 80 or 90% chance that everyone will graduate from high school, or put a different way, that everyone will have a great chance to have employment, contribute to society instead of taking away. This is a public school issue, this isn't a party issue. This is about what is our number one most important economic thing we can do for this state. It's to lift it off the bottom and use public education as that boat.
Okay. So your opponent, the incumbent right now, he's actually on the Education Committee in Congress. How would you do things differently than he has?
Well, he's a very nice guy. I disagree with him fundamentally on funding education. I think one of the problems is there is a law on the books, the NAEP.
Right.
And what I would do differently is, one, I would either follow the law because of my military respect for the rule of law. I would either fund it fully, or if I disagreed with it, which I do not, then I would vote that law out. But to simply ignore the law, to me, is disrespectful to all the citizens in our state. So what I would do differently is I would fully fund education. I do believe in putting in some economic controls that we need. There is so much waste within the statewide school system. We have 158 school districts, the most in the United States,
Right.
some with fewer than 300 students in them. But each of them have a superintendent and all of the other necessary components of a school district.